Hey fellow skeptics, Lester the Skeptic Tank here. Just going to do a quick run through of my additions. I think I covered Latte Dock in previous video. I was able to just play around and figure what I can do with Latte Dock as a possible replacement for the standard panel in KDE. You're probably seeing this on the left. Seeing what I might want to do with this, I was able to right click on Latte Dock and I can say add an empty panel, and it looks like this, and then I made sure I add the proper widget, and this works out nice. I don't have to use the Windows key on my keyboard, holding that down and hitting tab, and this allows me to switch among my activities. I might add a fourth or fifth, but the nice thing about activities, and I might have teased it long ago in other videos, is that I can keep things in their own house. So if I decide to game, I can go to a different environment and do my gaming stuff. If I'm doing streaming related, whether content creation or just watching another streamer, I can go into those environments and not worry about being overwhelmed by a good number of windows, because it's very easy. Imagine holding down Alt, hidden Tab, going through a number of windows. And the nice thing about Latte Dock is I can go and click on a launcher, as it's termed, and it'll flash. If I bring this up, I'm gonna do quick instances. I might have demonstrated it earlier. That's one window. I'm gonna go to YouTube. And yes, my setting is deliberately that way, and so I don't get any recommendations or anything like that. I have to deliberately search for the channel I want to peek at. So from here, click on that. You see the behavior. I have a more pictorial representation of what I want to switch to. And if I've got the same window, if I got the same application on different monitors, I can click onto the corresponding window, which is kind of nice. And if I've got other windows on other desktops, I will have the opportunity. It'll flip to the proper desktop, and I can click onto that. Makes it a lot less cumbersome to use keyboard shortcuts. There's a time and place for those. But I'm trying to make things a lot more streamlined, a lot more manageable. Because one of the things, like I mentioned, having to sift through a long listing of applications you're running at the same time, having the dock around makes it easy. And see if I can streaming. And I can do that on more than one activity. Like I'll more than likely put it on gaming. What I can do here is edit mode. I'm going to remove the panel. I'm going to remove the panel entirely. See if I can go more options. Remove the entire panel. Okay. And I can just click on that. because I have what I want as far as what I want. I like to have a pretty clean desktop. You're probably seeing that already. I don't have too many folders. I might even get rid of gaming. Don't know, because like I demonstrated in another videos, the F2, holding down Alt and hitting F2 in Linux, it's a de facto search. It's kind of like what Mac users would use, holding down, I think it's the open app or command, hitting spacebar to bring up the search function. And you could search anything, and it could be applications or even files, like you've seen me demonstrate with tapping into my Linux tracking or my dependency tracking document that I'm using, so I can better catalog what I've done. And I kind of slipped. I should have done that for my Steam games, log the results. But my memory is still good enough, knock on wood. I'm going to go ahead and add my own panel. So I'm going to close this. And I'm going to I don't know what I would do, to be honest. I'm going to see if I can do it off of Latte. And the caution I think you might have seen in another website, and I'll throw it out there if I have to. And that's the use of more resources per documentation about Latte Dock. But I know there are other channels like Low Spec Linux Laptop, for example. I don't know if that's his deliberate specialty, but I'm on my workstation. It's got 64 gigs of RAM, a 6-core Xeon processor with hyperthreading, which gives me 12 logical processors. So I shouldn't be lagging terribly, if at all, when it comes to navigating my OS. So what I'm going to probably want to try is add an empty panel. I'm going to see where that might... Oh, there it goes. I'm going to edit the panel. I'm going to see if I can do it like that. And I'm going to do center. I'm going to close. And I'm going to see if I can add a widget. I'm going to see if I add a widget and see if I can do that. Okay, cool. And I'm going to do that. I might do this as an auto hide. Let's give that a shot. Edit the dock. I'm gonna auto hide that. Talking about a clean setup here. Yep. And I'm gonna highlight some. I'll probably tease this. I haven't gone through all the. I haven't exactly gone through all of the customization walkthroughs, because when you exhaust the KDE, there's a lot to go through. So kwin scripts, window behavior, and I can get more scripts if I want. Window rules, I'm going to play with that, because they're depending on the app you install. The window borders, Zoom is one example that I've found in my experience of late with the newer versions. I think it might have been around version 5 of Zoom or version 6, where I don't have the right-click contextual menus where I can move it to a desktop So like, I like the idea of being able to move among desktops. And if I want to show in other activities beyond the ones I already have. Um, that is one thing I've looked up real briefly, but I'll probably investigate more. Let's see if I can just do a quick add. Match whole window class. I'll do some more digging because I did do some scouring on the interwebs about Zoom, particularly for Linux users. They'll notice that the window decoration on it is Zoom's own, and not every app has given access to enact this title bar. So I'm gonna do some more digging on that just so I can. Let's see if I go into window behavior. I'm gonna discard. I'm going to see title bar actions. There we go. Balance of latency and smoothness. See if I can be aggressive like that. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for certain things. So, workspace behavior, desktop effects. That's what I did to get that explosive look. Let's see if I... Wobbly windows is a fun little thing. Simulate a magic lamp when minimizing windows. Squash windows when they're... Suck windows into the desktop. Move windows into... And I can get new window effects. See. Make windows smoothly scaling out when they're shown or hidden. I'm going to apply them and see what happens. Alright guys. I know that seems a lot at once, but again, like I think I mentioned in my other videos about KDE having a higher ceiling of customization. Yeah, there's a lot to see, but a lot of things you can do to make your look and feel a little bit more enjoyable. I don't know if it's a matter of having fun, but you know, I used to be pretty utilitarian, but sometimes you just want to have a little pizzazz in how you interact with your Linux desktop or even Windows desktop. Alright guys, thank you once again. Until the next video, peace, and I'll catch you all on the other side.